I am back, and by the looks of it, so are you. And that's excellent stuff, because I wouldn't really want to be doing this town on my own. That'd be a bit lonely. And talking of which, a town is what we'll be doing today, if you didn't read the title for some reason. So this whole area here, that we've got set up next to us, is going to have to be covered over, get some houses built up, get some trees probably, detailing bits and everything. But before we can even start to cover over this whole area here, we're going to have to torch it up on the bottom, because I've learnt my lesson. You don't cover over a big area like this before you put the torches down, otherwise you've created a absolutely giant mob farm. And then you can't actually go down to put the torches in without being blown to smithereens. So let's actually start on that. And in this ultra fast time lapse, I thought I'd take the time to answer a few of the questions that you guys left on the last video. So let's take a look at the comments. Um, no, this is okay. We'll just talk about something else instead. How about that? Yeah. Let's talk about music, because this is the second time lapse, or the first of two time lapses that we'll be doing in this video. And I've only got one time lapse song, which is the same one I used last video. It's not very imaginative. It's quite a cool tune. I found it while I was actually playing the game. And part of the issue with that is I didn't look to find any other time-lapse songs. So maybe this time you guys could comment music I could put over the time-lapse or something, maybe. It's okay. But in all seriousness, both time-lapse music and maybe like background music, just sort of simple, sort of easy listening stuff that I can put underneath when I'm talking over clips like this, or just talking in general. All of that would be quite useful to have, so I guess I need to find some of that, and any recommendations would be considered. Now, let's get out of this pit, shall we? Okay, it has been over 2 hours since I've actually put those torches down, because I had absolutely no idea how to get started on filling it all in. And I've decided that the best way to do it is just plant a whole long line of trees, so it kind of blends in seamlessly, and it doesn't just have buildings on top of the cliffside, which I thought would look a bit weird from where the house is. So I've got a few rows of grass that I've just put in here, and now I'm just going to come up here with saplings and bone meal and get going. So I'll just quickly bone meal this one up, and I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to things like this, so I've also bought a few stacks of spruce leaves because I don't like all the spruce tree designs. But they're easily fixed. I just put a couple of leaves around the bottom here, another row, and I basically just change it into a different type of tree, and this is something I'm much happier with. So I'll go around the back there, and of course we'll repeat this for any tree which looks weird. So we'll just cut to that, and hang on. Enderman! Ugh, that's the initial row of trees in place, looking good, but I think I need to thicken up slightly. I took a little view from down in the little clearing we have down there by the mushroom, and it needs to be ever so slightly thicker in a few places, so I'm just going to hop around the place and put a few extra trees in where they are needed. But that's definitely much better than just going straight in for the town. I feel like that's looking pretty good, and it's looking much nicer from down here as well. It connects much better with the trees that we have around here, and I've just hopped up here, and I've been struggling to signpost this whole area for a while now, but now that I've got trees in my mind, I built up this tree. It's the same design that I had for the crimson ones down in the crimson kind of ravine area. Obviously just replaced with spruce leaves and dark oak logs instead. And that's going to make a much better signpost than anything I can make out of fence. Once I get these signs written as well. I haven't actually got a name for the town yet. I'm just going to call it Town Name 1. There we go. And current plans have me also having the city centre built up somewhere along this way towards the right instead, but that might change. But we'll put on the sign for now, shall we? Looking good, yeah. Right, so what we're going to do now is fill in that whole area down there with, I think I'm going to go for cobble and andesite as a base to try and get an idea for how big we're going for the town, but I'll figure that out later. So let's time lapse this one. And I did end up adding a few extra bits of grass in there and kind of thicken the forest up on this side, but we've got a designated area for where we're going to start that town, and I did warn you that Timelapse was coming, so you can't even get mad. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've been complaining about Enderman quite a lot, and I don't always put it on camera, but this is taking it to the next level again. Look at them. They've got this guy here has got the roots, and this guy's got an actual block. I need to get these guys back and fix that. They caused me so much trouble. Oh my god. I hate them. Luckily, it's fairly easy to tell where the blocks come from, because it exposes their netherrack most of the time. No idea about the roots though. Anyway, we need to start work on an actual town, and where better to start than with a tavern. And I originally was going to do a time lapse of me doing this, but the amount of hours of footage I had of me building this thing was so much I couldn't time lapse it in a way that it actually rendered properly. So I'm just going to do a series of cuts showing you how I built it. So we start with a kind of series of squares, fill it all in, spruce and dark oak, something nice like that. Moving on, get some windows in there. I'll change these to dark later, as you see, but we'll start it like that. Get the walls in place, mix of black stone brick, very, very gothic. There you go. A few details extra, a few beams in place, a few lanterns, making sure we get that depth in. Repeat the same on the other side. Get more black stone because we've run out. Get set on fire, yay. I'm so good at this game. So good. Roof. Sorry, let's try that again. Roof. There you go, that's a bit more impressive. That's more like it. Get that nice imposing gothic style going on out there. There you go, I need to fill that in, but I've completely run out of nether brick. Fill the roof in. There we go. Much more nether brick later. I basically took down an entire fortress for this. And then I started digging out an area to lower because I wanted more depth on the floor, and skip the night because it's been a whole day of me doing this. Okay, next morning, interior decorating time. Get a little bar in here, something like this. Nice place to go and get a drink. Looking all good. Finish off this thing that I forgot about. Chimney, that's the word. Much better, nice cut. Get a round of chests in because I was trying to design spikes and ended up designing an entire chessboard. Get back on those spikes. These stairs look pretty good, but we need something a bit more imposing. There you go. This'll do. Spike there, spike there, spike there, spike there, and a big imposing one on the front, like that. That wasn't quite the entire process, but there you go. All set up. Looking pretty good. I think the spikes really add to it. Love the nether brick ceiling as well. So very, very gothic tavern looking place. And now all I need to do is replicate this building over here. Building built, but no time to stop and admire it. I've got a map that I've only just remembered about, and I'm very eager to go and see what it looks like updated. Oh yeah. Those two buildings really add to it. I can't believe I didn't even think about updating this until now. That crimson ravine thing, oh my god, it looks so cool on the map. I love it. I'm not sure I've got room for another building, so I'm just going to detail this area here. I'm making it a blacksmithing town, so we need anvils, we need things that kind of blacksmithing related things. There you go, that looks alright. Add a few extra bits in here. There you go, give me a little table to work on. Table over here as well. There you go. This can be a stable. I'll go get some horses later. Get a pile of barrels in here. Looking pretty good. A few over here as well. Why not? Suppose I need to go get some things to fill these barrels as well. Might do a fountain at one point. Use a bit of item frame trickery. There you go. This can be some hay for the horses that we've still not actually got. Lava. How else are you going to smith up? Give the horses that we still haven't got a cauldron to drink from. And talking about horses we haven't got, we're on an adventure. I'm at the nearest acacia biome, so hopefully there's a donkey. That's not quite what we're looking for. Some llamas, alpacas, something like that. Grab some more hay for them. I was going to say I wanted some black horses when I saw those, but look, over the horizon, a couple of black horses. Now that's really the gothic colours that we're going for. Yeah, emo black horses. So we'll bring these guys back, and we've already got the stable set up for them, which is excellent stuff. There you go, you and you, over here, through these trees, along this beach. Oh, it looks quite cool from this angle. I haven't even seen it from here. Up this cool bridge, and one, and two horses safely relocated. Not bad. Now, unfortunately, their life in the wild is over. They will now be cart horses for this cart I'm making. Gonna be hauling up coal. Now, if I just finish off these last few details, plant here, I think we're ready to go. Now, I've made a little something to show off my town, so I hope you enjoy. I put way too much effort into this. Take it away. When I said I put way too much time into it, that was before I even retook the whole thing because I changed the town a bit. As you probably have seen, I did blackstone walls where they were previously andesite. I did a few extra bits that I didn't actually show you guys. So I had about 10 different takes of that over the course of 3 to 4 hours. So if you liked it, please subscribe. Helps me out a lot, you know. But we got to get our arm back on because we've only done half the title. And for those still yet to read it, that means we've got tunnels to do. And I've marked out this area here. I kind of had to say it in my head way before this video, but I didn't get around to it until now. And also tunnels was alliteration with towns to keep that alliteration title thing going on there. So a little tunnel here I thought would just really add to the interest as you're walking along the so-called Crimson Underpath, as I've called it. So a little tunnel, and then I was thinking of building a bridge, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have the bridge go into the cliffside that is currently behind me, or to the left. So we'll find that out, I suppose. I'm just going to start by removing all this gravel and diorite, granite, things that aren't stone, just replace it over with stone, so when I eventually get round to detailing that cliff crimsony or non-crimsony, I haven't got to worry about doing that at the time. I've made a bit of a square tunnel. I obviously need to add more layers to it and, actually make it look good is probably a high priority. So I'll start just by throwing over a layer of Nilium. And, you start like this and you add to it. You go inside, you put a layer of stone slabs in it. So it's not all just a flat roof. Can't actually put them there, can I? Yeah, the Nilium's in the way. There you go. Check these down here. I'll put a few like that actually, but not right there. Something like that. Adding that depth. Gotta get that depth. Why is this clip so long? Still haven't got clip planning quite planned out properly, but I'll chuck a little ore in here, and I'm gonna actually show you how the ore kind of corrupts over time. So this is canonic, canon proof. That's the word, right? That coal ore turns into redstone ore when exposed to the effects of the corruption. It's now canon. I told you it was canon anyway, but now you can see it happening in the tunnel. Just gonna head outside now, chuck down a few nylon blocks up here, just so it all kind of blends in better, and detail up the top of the tunnel with our standard spikes and roots and fungus is fungi's. There's a joke there, isn't there? A few roots in place. I've got a few small ones like that, just one block down from the ceiling. I thought they look quite cool, kind of the start of roots. A few, God, is it a stalactite or a mite? I never know. I know there's a smart way of remembering it with like the actual clothing tights, but I never knew. And now I'm going to build these cliffs out because I need these cliffs built out so I can build the corruption out further. About here will do. And honestly, I really don't feel like detailing all of this today, so I'm just going to fill it in and mark out the area because this is going to continue all along the river to my left. I'm basically using the river as a guiding path. Anyway, this is the bridge and the I kind of wanted to tunnel into the cliffside here. I haven't actually built the cliffside up yet. I was kind of only doing the bottom bit, giving myself an idea of where it's going to be. So I'll build the bridge first. We'll build this line of blackstone along here. You know, copy all the other bridges that I've got in this world. Well, there's only 2 at the moment, but there's another one coming next episode because I'm still getting behind with these voiceovers. Well, I'm more getting behind on editing that video because I'm trying to time-lapse it, but I'm having rendering issues again. So I'm resorting to doing more jump cuts, like for example jump cutting the bottom of this bridge. And it's all complete, looking pretty good, just, you know, basic arch, nothing crazy. And giving myself a whole long list of things to do now, completing the cliffs on that side. So cave's done, walk through here, imagine those cliffs are done, you know, walk along here, and that's the bridge. And I'm thinking I might do some, you know what, I'm not going to spoil it. If you want to know what's going in there, you have to stick around, I guess. But I've got a pretty good idea now. I've been thinking about it while recording this and doing the voiceover. So stick around if you want to know what's going on the other end of that tunnel inside the massive cliff that I need to excavate on that side. Another massive project on the list. Anyway, so towns are done, tunnels are done. I believe that's everything I had planned for this episode. So I will catch you guys later this week, hopefully.